Nadereh, what is your takeaway on this ceasefire agreement? It appears to be holding for now, and if it continues to hold, how big of a win is this for Donald Trump?
Yes, indeed, the ceasefire seems to be holding, yet it is people are fearful that it is very fragile. I just want to quickly add that Israel attacked Iran very massively just before the cutoff time of the ceasefire. About a third of people who died, during these attacks over the last 12 years, actually died last night. About 180 people are reported to have died. Having said that, Iranian people are very, very fearful that the attacks will start again, and we are hoping, of course, that this ceasefire will continue, but then at the same time we will reach a more permanent solution.
So how do we reach a more permanent solution, Nadereh? What happens next? Where do we go from here? I think there's so many questions when we don't even know the terms of this fragile ceasefire.
Precisely. It is the ceasefire came into being because President Trump decided to do it. And as we know, President Trump can sometimes change his mind. And so therefore, the terms of this ceasefire are very, very uncertain. However, Iran has no other choice, and I think Israel the same way, but to continue with negotiations and to try to placate any kind of further attack through talks, and that's the only solution that there is. Now, what is the terms of these talks will have to be determined as we go along.
If Iran continues to insist its uranium enrichment program is a red line, it is non-negotiable, how much progress can there even be in talks or negotiations, Nadereh, if Iran is going to stand firm and says that's not something we're going to give up?
Yes, indeed. This is a very big question, and it's a very complex question. But I have to say that the last 12, the Islamic Republic before these last 12 days is a very different Islamic Republic than it is today. So perhaps some of the calculations have changed. However, I have to say that probably the calculations on both sides have changed, because even with these very heavy attacks, we still don't know what has happened to the enriched uranium that Iran has had. So maybe both sides will have to reach some kind of a workable middle ground, and perhaps more inspections or some other solutions. We don't know, because there are so many variables, floating variables that would need to be discussed.
And also with Israel taking out not just nuclear sites, but also top generals, a host of Iranian scientists, Nadereh, were also killed. You can't kill every single scientist in Iran. You can't kill know-how or knowledge. Iran knows how to build centrifuges and enrich uranium to weapons grade. Do you believe Iran still does have that capability after this 12-day war?
I think there is a public pressure that this ideology, or at least this thinking that having a near weapon grade uranium will help Iran be more secure vis-a-vis foreign attacks, that has been really proven wrong. So I think that there might be some reassessment of this calculation, whether we really are better off with weapon, close to atomic or nuclear weapons. So I think that yes, the knowledge is there, but I think the decision to move forward may be different than before. I'm not saying that before Iran had tried to have a nuclear weapon, but perhaps now there will be a greater reassessment of that goal.
All right, we'll leave it there. Nadereh Chamlou, thank you very much.